Not all canned foods are bad, and not all canned foods are good. But how do you know which canned foods you should buy and which ones you shouldn't? That's exactly what we are going to learn in today's video. Number 1. Canned tomatoes. Although canned tomatoes aren't exactly the same thing as fresh tomatoes, they are usually prepared by treating and picking tomatoes when they are at peak of their nutrition, and can also help to preserve the nutrients to a great extent. And one thing that you might be surprised to know is that canned tomatoes actually have more bioavailable beta-carotene than fresh tomatoes. In fact, some studies show that canned tomatoes have the highest levels of available beta-carotene, followed by sun-dried tomatoes and fresh tomatoes. Being bioavailable means that our body can easily absorb and utilize this compound more effectively than from fresh tomatoes. Our body metabolizes and converts beta-carotene into vitamin A, which has amazing anti-inflammatory properties and is quite essential for healthy vision, immune function, and skin health. Not only this, but healthy varieties of canned tomatoes are also rich in vitamin C, vitamin K1, vitamin B6, vitamin B9, and lycopene. Lycopene is the pigment that renders tomatoes the red color. The redder the tomatoes, the more lycopene in them. Cooking or heating tomatoes during the canning process also tends to increase the amount of useful lycopene in them. Tomato juice, tomato sauces, and tomato ketchups also have more lycopene as compared to fresh tomatoes. Both lycopene and beta-carotene together can potentially reduce free radical damage and oxidative stress in the body, leading to a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, neurodegenerative disease, and even certain types of cancer. However, it's important to note that canned tomatoes often contain added salt, especially sodium, and other preservatives, so it's important to read the label and choose a product with minimal additives. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. If you find our videos helpful, please support us by becoming a patron. Number 2. Canned pumpkin. Two types of canned pumpkin are available in the market: pumpkin pie mix and pureed pumpkin. Pureed pumpkin is usually full of nutrients and vitamins. And if you're worried about whether canned pumpkin is actually a pumpkin, then you should be relieved to know that canned pumpkin often has golden flesh squash. Some canned pumpkin brands use the Dickinson variety of pumpkin, ones which are smooth-skinned and elongated, similar to looking like butternut squash. And especially this variety has some impressive health benefits. A cup of canned pumpkin has roughly 7 grams of fiber, which can be very beneficial in maintaining gut health, aids in weight loss, has the potential to regulate blood sugar levels, can prevent heart diseases and even some types of cancer. Another amazing thing about canned pumpkin is that it's also loaded with beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant, which can help boost your immune system and improve your eye health. Number 3. Canned sardines. They usually get a bad impression as compared to other types of canned fish. But as a matter of fact, they are actually quite delicious and nutritious. Ancient Mediterranean people are known to consume freshly caught sardines for centuries, and France started their canned varieties around 1984 to fulfill the nutritional needs of soldiers. They are generally high in omega-3 fatty acids, which can help improve the overall health of your blood vessels, leading to a lower risk of high blood pressure or hypertension, blood clots, heart disease, and strokes. Plus, they are also a great source of protein and vitamin B12. And as you may already know, vitamin B12 is crucially important for maintaining the health of our red blood cells, brain, nerve tissues, eyes, and skin. And one of the best things about canned sardines is that it has a lower proportion of mercury as compared to other varieties of canned fish. Number 4. Canned chickpeas. As one of the most popular members of the legume family, garbanzo beans or chickpeas have been traditionally used for many centuries due to their medicinal properties. They are considered a necessary staple in several cuisines and are a key ingredient of hummus and several dishes and salads. They are not only quite delicious, but also very nutritious. A cup of chickpeas is packed with roughly 39 grams of protein and a whopping 35 grams of fiber, in addition to handsome amounts of vitamin B6, magnesium, sodium, calcium, and potassium. Manganese is generally considered an essential mineral for bones and helps prevent the risk of developing osteoporosis, arthritis, and post-menstrual syndrome, among other conditions. More amazingly, daily consumption of chickpeas has also been shown to reduce the levels of LDL or bad cholesterol, improve cognitive health, and can reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. But one important thing to note is that when you open the chickpea can, don't immediately strain out the golden-colored liquid. That thing is called aquafaba and is considered a great substitute for egg whites and can be used to make both sweet and savory things like mayonnaise and macarons. Number 5. Canned artichokes. Buying canned artichoke is a really good idea, especially if you have seen the struggle of cutting and peeling an artichoke. The heart of the artichoke is quite nutritious and delicious as well. But if you don't have the time or resources to peel and cut several artichokes at a time, there is an option for you in the form of jarred artichoke hearts. These jars usually come with artichoke hearts marinated in oil and spices, so they can make up for a tasty appetizer. Artichokes are generally low in fats, carbs, and calories, but high in dietary fiber, protein, and several vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin C, vitamin B6, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. Plus, they are also quite rich in antioxidants, especially flavonoids and carotenoids. These antioxidants have been shown to have cholesterol-lowering effects and can help reduce the risk of heart disease and several others. Number 6. Canned corn. Canned corn can be an excellent option to enjoy corn kernels because they are full of flavor and are processed right after they are harvested. Although it has acquired a more controversial role due to being high in carbs and the possibility of being genetically modified, which can be harmful to health. However, healthy varieties of canned corn are almost as healthy as fresh corn, unlike other vegetables and fruits, which lose their nutrition during processing. But do remember that most canned varieties of corn kernels also contain sodium salts as preservatives, so it's best to drain the fluid out before eating them. Number 7. Canned pre-cooked pasta. It's best if you have a closer look at the canned pre-cooked pasta before purchasing it and see if they contain high fructose corn syrup, whose glycemic index is very high, specifically around 87. It simply means that it can dramatically increase your blood sugar levels and can potentially contribute to weight gain and a high risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Not only this, but some canned varieties of pre-cooked pasta also contain sodium salts and preservatives in them, which can contribute to high blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease. Number 8. Canned baked beans. Beans are often considered a superfood because of their awesome nutritional profile and amazing anti-cancer and cholesterol-lowering properties. However, a can of baked beans or roasted beans may not be as nutritious as cooked beans. Most of the canned bean varieties, especially navy beans, have added salts, molasses, spices, and sometimes added sugar. Some non-veg varieties also contain pork meat. Canned beans with added salts can contribute to the blood pressure of heart patients, while canned beans with added sugar can cause unnecessary spikes in blood sugar, which can be harmful to diabetic patients. Especially the baked navy beans enriched with tomato sauce may have almost the same amount of sugar as much as the fiber in them. Therefore, it is best to avoid canned, baked, or roasted beans, especially if they already have added salts and sugars. A much healthier option is to cook them yourself with healthy ingredients. Number 9. Canned fruits. Cheaper and unhealthy varieties of canned fruits are usually prepared by using sugar syrup or high fructose corn syrup. It not only compromises the natural taste of the fruits, but can also have dangerously high amounts of sugar in them. For example, certain canned fruit cocktails have over 37 grams of sugar per cup, while some varieties of fruit cocktails, canned with fruit juices, may have up to 13 grams of sugar. Number 10. Canned or processed meat. Canned meat products that contain processed meat, such as canned ham or corned beef, can also be potentially dangerous for health if not handled or prepared properly. Processed meats are meats that have been preserved by smoking, curing, or adding salt or other preservatives. Some processed meats may also contain added nitrites or nitrates, which can react with amino acids to form certain compounds, called nitrosamines, the potential carcinogens. In addition to the risk of nitrosamines, canned processed meat products are also usually high in sodium, which can increase the risk of high blood pressure and other health problems. To reduce the potential health risks associated with canned processed meat, it is important to read labels carefully and choose products that are low in sodium and free of added nitrites or nitrates. A much better approach is to go for fresh, lean varieties of pasture-grazed meat. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the channel. Take care and see you in the next video.